Then when it was time to take this out, I just slid that hair off, and that gave me some parts. And you know how you already have your little knot done. You already have like a little knot. Uh, when you get braids, you have like a little knot, when you get the synthetic hair. And that knot is actually the start of a lock if you don't comb it out. And so I didn't comb mine out. I left that in there. And really, I guess I want to show y'all how easy it is to just do your own locks, because a lot of people be complaining about not being able to find a good loctician. And I'm trying to tell y'all, you could be your own good loctician if you just know a few simple things. You say, am I still doing styling videos? Not really, because I've done like all the styling videos. I do them as techniques. So unless I create a new technique, uh, because we see nobody else is creating any new techniques. Like they might create new styles, but I do my videos off of technique. So it's like, a lot of locticians coming out doing the inverted fishtail. So you could do it in styles, one up, two up this way to the side. What I would do is a video teaching you how to do the inverted fishtail. So I don't have to do more styling videos unless I come up with a new technique. Or if I start doing, but honestly, y'all gotta know this. I change who my customer is. Like I was working with locticians a lot, and y'all know that if you follow me or whatever, but I decided to stop working with locticians because they always want a bunch of training and don't have your fucking money. Like, I don't care how low the class is, right? I don't care. And this is locticians as a whole. It's not everybody, because most of my clients, they came, they paid, they did what they needed to do, right? But I didn't experience too much need a payment plan. Too much ain't finishing a class. Too much learn this style and then think you gonna mix a blogger's information with my real cosmetology 30-year, you know, over 1,000 clients locked experience. So I don't really, what I'm doing now, guys, is I have my site, yannired.com. If you go on there, I am a hair business consultant now. So I still have the videos, I still have them, and they still on my website where you can purchase them, but in a loctician course, because I don't like what's going on with locks and locticians these days. I don't like it because they don't know what they're doing. They getting worse and worse, and they getting cocky about it, like they at least know what they're doing. However, your clients is sitting in the shop with you 3 and 4 hours. And I just showed y'all how quick a ride set be. It's like it's a lot of gimmicky crap going on that I don't like. So I'm not really dealing with locticians. And I'm a licensed hairstylist, and I have been the whole time since 1998. So I'm coming a little bit different because I want to hold people accountable. Because they don't be accountable when they do locks. They just do any little thing and be like, oh, well, the client said. But that's not how that works. And so I'm not in the mood for locticians. I don't want to make any more styling videos for them. Who I am helping out is barbers. If you know any barbers or licensed stylists that need to learn how to do locks, that's who you need to send to me, because I'm not dealing with them if they don't have a license anymore. And I'm also not dealing with them outside of a shop. So if you work in a shop, send the owner to me and I will get your whole shop staff trained. Okay, that's what we do now. We train the whole staff. We don't do individual lock classes for locticians anymore. And now, if you want to get to my videos, because you still can't get access, they in a group. They not on the online school anymore. I don't even use it anymore. I do everything through my groups now. That's on yannired.com. Most of the groups is like $97 a month, so you get your whole loctician training without having to do a big, you know, payout up front if you do it the group way, where I could do one-to-many training. So what y'all think about my curls though? How did the curls come out? That's what we here for today. And I really need to brush this down. But since I've been freeforming, it's so hard to not let this look nappy. I'm telling y'all, this shit be looking nappy as hell. And I don't even be worried about it because it's cool to freeform. But I let my barber do my 2 cuts. So I am going to brush this shit down. Make it look like something. But yes, I still have styling videos. I'm not still creating new ones because why should I keep creating new styling videos when ain't no new styles out? Which y'all want 7 double strand videos? Or can I just do one, the one that I did in 2012? Nothing's changed. When something changes, then I do more videos. But if y'all want access, matter of fact, just go to my website anyway, yannired.com. Fill out any form, press any button. It should take you to the form. And if y'all go on there, go to the Lock Legends library, right? You go on YONNI, yannired.com, and then you scroll down to the Lock Legends library. I got this shit set up so dope, y'all. And when you go on there, right? The first thing you do when you go to the library, you got to fill out your form so you can enter. And then the next thing it does, it takes you to the page to fill out for your library card, right? So once you get your library card, now you can enter the Lock Legends library. That's what my library called now, the Lock Legends. I can't be, because I'm not a loctician. This is what I realized when I started looking at other locticians. I'm a whole lock legend out here because if what y'all do is locticians, I got to be a legend. And it's little stuff like, and I'm about to start bragging with my pictures and testimonials because right now, you know, when you start saying you the best, people be like, oh, da 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 da. But no, sweetheart. My clients, I made them show other people just how good your stylist is by doing stuff like show them your hair after 20 days versus when somebody else did your hair and it ain't even last to 20 days, right? So, you know, there's stuff that proves who the GOAT is, and I got it. So that's what we about to do from now on. And we are still doing helping stylists, but it's shops. I'm helping shop owners because I feel like a lot of times too, the shop owners need to be supported. And I know when I used to own a shop, I needed to be supported, meaning that I had the biggest clientele. I had a bunch of stylists. We had to have training days. We used to do freestyle Tuesdays so they could practice styling on the locks. We used to have $25 retwists to keep the shop super busy so that my stylists got the practice. You know what I'm saying? They got so much practice at the shop and with me. But what I wish I had was like a support system that helped me, you know, like I'm busy, I'm doing here, I'm doing here, I'm doing here. So if I had like a support system that helped me keep up with the shop, like mentally and stuff. So another thing I got on my website now that I love is the mental health talks with stylists. We do mental health talking. And it's not like too crazy, but it's you know, you had a bad day, you had your mindset. Like a lot of stylists, they come into your shop and they think that the owner is supposed to promote them and that they didn't like so we talk about all of that because like when I was working in shops, I never needed the owner to promote me. I had my own noise. Okay. So what we do too is we help the stylists understand how to make their own noise so that even though you work at the shop, you're not relying on the shop owner. You're bringing more to the shop. We don't want you coming here and we got 10 walk-ins now. I got to divide all the walk-ins up between you and everybody else because you don't have no motion. So what we do is we make sure that everybody comes in here with motion and the shop can run. We also support them with the 24-hour hair help hotline, right? So if your shop is signed up in I call it the heroes layer, right? If your shop is signed up in there, if you're a shop owner and your shop is signed up, all of the trainings that we include is unlimited for your whole staff. So you just pay a 6-month subscription. If my daughter don't shut up in the back of my video, because we discussed this before I got on here, right? So you pay the 6-month subscription, and then your staff has access to everything. And don't get me wrong, regular stylists, individuals can join, but they have to pay a la carte if they're not coming in as a shop. And so we support And not only that, the mental health thing, we got a hotline for that because a lot of stylists, they don't have a lot of support. Like we get a lot of people who think that we're just superstars and we them strong people that nobody never checks on. And, you got a lot of clients and they'll be like, oh, did you get lunch? Nobody be asking. So you might find yourself like I used to do, be working 16-hour days and I probably ate one time. You know what I'm saying? And nobody said, Yanni, are you hungry? You need to take a break. You need to do this. So what we did was now I have all of that stuff that the salon owner and me needed, including the lunch check. We check up on them for lunch. We just run a little, did you eat yet? If they say no, then we bring up the thing so that we can order them some food and basically just support the salon in ways that y'all have never ever seen, but definitely ways that I needed when I was a salon owner. And if you go back through my YouTube, because everything didn't start at social media. Like a lot of people think, oh, I didn't see her on social media doing it. Boo. This is before social media came the fuck out. Okay. So when you go to my YouTube, if you go way back in the beginning videos, then you'll see that me that was in that shop and I was busy. My staff was busy. We was training. We was doing locks. All this was almost like in YouTube. I think I got on YouTube in 2011, right? That was kind of towards the end of my lock shop career. So instead of me, everybody got to grow. And sometimes your growth is going to be from you changing who you sell to and not trying to go back to school or do any of that stuff. Change who you sell to. Like everything that I do, a hair salon owner could do it and they can use it. And then I'm a former hair salon owner. So you start learning that the thing that you did well, you can help people that's going through that right now to get it better. And who better to help them than somebody who's already been through it? So instead of me still doing locticians, because I never was actually a loctician, I don't have the same journey as them. Most locticians, they don't go to school. They just get on YouTube or they have somebody who's a friend or family member that needed locks done and they just started practicing. I don't have that story. I have the went to school, learn how to do hair care, know how to get rid of dandruff, know how to keep your hair moisturized. I understand chemical compositions of these hair products. And then I started doing locks. So my everything about how I do locks is different than a typical crap. Then y'all got bloggers who do locks like Chris McDread and people that's crocheting all day. They don't have a clue that your hands and your hair actually go together. Like to make retwisting so easy. Like this is definitely something God gave us. So it's like, you know, they'll do your hair like this, right? They'll do your hair. They don't pinch this up, first of all. They want to do this with the comb, right? They don't pinch this. Then after they do this, they don't get the root, first of all. They got to put edge control on there, right? Which we don't do. We use water and we straighten this out. And then the next thing we do is roll this down. And you see the hair is rolling. You see how it's twisting around? That thing gonna twist at least 6 times before I get it down to the bottom. But then you got your people now. This is what they doing on your locks. Like when I see this bullshit here and y'all doing this, your root don't even be turning, first of all. So this is a twirl, and this is what is popular now in the lock industry. Y'all little twirl that don't last. Okay. And I'm one of those that when I do hair, I'm checking on my client. Did that last? Is your hair itching? How long did it last? So how y'all be doing, or whoever's listening, how locticians do now with their hair styles, they be telling you, don't keep your locks in for more than 3 weeks. That's gonna cause thinning. Like, y'all believe that if y'all want to. Y'all better go back to my real information when I had the shop and we was doing hundreds of lock heads a week and none of this bullshit they was talking about now. We wasn't going through none of that. You said, I remember I came all the way to your shop in Jersey once to get my hair done. Yes, exactly. And then see that's the thing. It started in Jersey. But a lot of people don't like to give Jersey their props. They want to believe that New York is the spot and everything. It's not. This all started in Jersey, y'all. This whole lock styling revolution, that shit started in Jersey, in my shop, with me doing the hair magazine what it was I forgot what it was called right now. But like I said, if y'all go back through my Facebook and through my YouTube, the proof is already there. So I'm new on TikTok. I'm just getting back on YouTube, and I'm launching a new type of business, but I still will be helping hairstylists um through the shop. Okay. If y'all work from home, I ain't fucking with y'all. If y'all don't got no license, I ain't fucking with y'all. Okay. Okay. If you work in a suite, guess what? A lot of stylists, y'all don't want to go to school. And the next thing y'all don't want to do is work in a shop with people that's experienced that can help you. So you go work in a suite. I'm not fucking with y'all either. And the reason why is because you be needing entirely too much fucking help because you're not in the right space. If you came out of school and went to a suite, I don't want to be bothered with you. Because go where you're supported at. It don't make sense to go to a suite when you don't have any clients or when you don't have any experience. And a lot of stylists is doing this. And I kept getting stylists like that in my class where I'm like, you trying to learn how to do styles, you don't even have enough clients where if I taught you this today, that you would remember how to do this 6 months later when your clientele builds up. So I got to the point where I'm like, yo, telling the locticians in my class, go work in the barbershop. Just go work in the barbershop. The barbers will give you all of their lock clients, and then you'll be busy immediately instead of you going to a damn suite trying to advertise your inexperienced ass service to people that have locks. It just doesn't even make sense. Then I got my locticians who they be like, oh, I want the shop to run on its own. And then they be like, that's why I hired this girl and tried to train her. So then my next question is, so you're telling me that you want the shop to run on its own with a bunch of inexperienced ass people that you taught so the shop could run on its own. Like, make it make sense. So what I decided to do was just leave that whole culture alone because I'm sick of that shit. I'm tired of them. They don't listen. They don't listen. And they can't really do hair. Like, this is what be annoying me when I see these videos and they be saying stupid shit like, oh, don't leave this in. Now, since the beginning of the time when you got braids, everybody knew if your braids didn't last at least 30 days that them braids wasn't worth shit. Now they trying to tell us that your hair when you got dreads, and I'm calling this dreads because that's what I be saying. They be like, oh, it's nothing dreadful about our hair. It is something dreadful, and it is the lack of experience y'all locticians be having. That's dreadful, okay? The lack of hair that stays on people's head when y'all be parting through their hair. Now that is super dreadful. And we never ripped out no hairs, you see? So when I see all of this crap going on now in the lock community, I'm doing two things, okay? I'm teaching barbers how to do locks because they got a fucking license and it's their clients any fucking way. You understand? Y'all know y'all got them lock clients from barbers that didn't want to do that retwist, okay? So we're going to just go and skip over locticians. I'm sick of they fucking ass, okay? And anybody here a loctician, I'm talking about you. You got a problem with it? See me, okay? So like I said, I'm going to be teaching barbers how to do locks. That's the rightful owner of the lock community anyway. Because when I worked in a shop, that's who shop was sending me all my clients, okay? I would go to a barber shop. It got like 10 barbers. Next thing you know, it's 10 people sending me clients all day. I be done made way more money than them. One head is like 3 cuts on a barber. I'm talking about as far as the money goes. So I said, I'm gonna show barbers how to finish. You feel what I'm saying? They could do the fade down here. Like if I go to the barber, he only gonna do this one little tiny part of my hair. But if he knew that I could show you how to retwist literally my hair, probably take like about a good 25 minutes to do a retwist on when you do retwist the proper way. You see what I'm saying? So I'm gonna teach barbers that. Y'all opticians, y'all want to take 50 years to do a retwist doing this dumb shit right here, putting the crochet needle at the root because y'all don't know how to train the roots, okay? And I didn't show how to train the root I don't know how many times. So if y'all don't want to listen, I don't care no more. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. I'm going straight into the industry that I'm really in, which is the licensed hairstylist industry. And that's why most of my clients is not experiencing none of the issues. You see? The way I do here, my regimen is pH balancing. So if you come here with your locks dried out, damaged, or anything, the regimen that I do fixes that. I don't need you to get a special conditioner or a detox or this or a crochet repair. Nah, we ain't into all that, and we never was. All that is new bullshit. You see? However, it ain't even one loctician who came out since I stopped. Because y'all don't even know I stopped doing hair years ago. But I got so many videos of me doing hair. I could play a stylist on TV all freaking day. But this is the crazy part, is that no matter how old my videos get, right? These stylists today can't hold a candle to the Queen Yanni. They can't. And I talk shit about it, and so they be mad. You see? Trying to bring up, oh, this stylist right here. That was all my shits, my techniques, my stuff I was doing on video. And they bought the videos, and now it's 10 years later, and everybody's like, oh, I made this up. You don't hear them saying too much about what they made up, because I will slap a video up there that came out 10 years prior to show you, stop lying. You ain't make up nothing. You feel what I'm saying? And y'all got to understand that this wasn't out. Like when I graduated school, it was 1998. There wasn't no lock shops in my area except for one called Africa's. And I actually let them lock my hair back then. And they was doing a finger twirl. You know, they was like locking the hair like this. You a loctician, but you went to cosmetology school, because that's what my loctician told me to do. I do, and I follow her footsteps. Awesome. Do you know how to fucking retwist? Okay, because schools don't teach you how to retwist, and that's the thing. Is like I will mess with you because you went to school. However, I'm not going to pretend that you know what you're doing because you went to school. Because most people don't. So yeah, again, I'm dealing with shop owners. If you're not a shop owner, don't talk to me about training. If you aren't a shop owner and you want to talk to me about training, just go to my site, YonniRed.com, YonniRed.com. Pick something. Everything you pick going to lead to a little form that you got to fill out, and then you'll have access to the trainings, okay? And we do live training still. So I'll see y'all later. I just want to take my curls out on video because I put them in on video so I could show y'all. Is interested in contact. Okay, I don't see TikTok be having a bunch of stuff going on under the screen while you do live, and I have no clue what any of this means. So if I didn't respond back to y'all, I'm sorry. I have no clue how to. Okay, so but YouTube, I do know how to respond. Let me see. I love how smart your locks are. Yes, you said you a loctician, but you went to cosmetology school. Did you get licensed? Because if you went to cosmetology school, you are a cosmetologist who does locks, okay? Like me. Cosmetologist who does locks, right? But again, I went to hair school, and everybody, just because they was in school, some of them got their license, they don't know shit. So again, I go off of skill, not paper. I go off of skill. So skill wise, if you license and you can't retwist it under an hour, if you gathering this up with the comb, if you using lock gel, then skill wise, your paper could say whatever it wants to, but your client's head would let us know that you need some more skills. So with that being said, and I'm not talking about nobody, I'm just saying, if you got a piece of paper but you still can't retwist in under an hour, right? If you locksmithing, this bullshit. And this why it's stupid, because I know y'all locticians be like, oh, it's a different technique. It's a slow, stupid technique, because you're using this much of your hand when you could be using this whole thing right here, right? Unless y'all want to just be slow, because y'all think that that's going to make the price cost more or whatever. I'm still charging, and I'm done fast. So, like I said, it's that expert shit. So we going to keep it at that. I love y'all. If you're not a shop owner, you're not my customer. So I don't care. All right, y'all. I'm out of here. I'm just going to get the phone out the car. I know. It's in the same spot? Yep. All right, so I just took my TikTok. I'm on TikTok, y'all. I'm trying to grow my TikTok too, because y'all might not know this. I went viral on Instagram, right? And that shit hit 12.5 million views. And they did not pay me a red fucking cent, because they don't pay for views. So I got a whole bunch of people that came in through Instagram on my basketball hoop hairstyle video, the basketball hoop. and they are not locticians, they not hairstylists, they just people, So it's like whatever. But yeah, y'all, I'm not mad at the locticians. I'm sick of them. Like it's two totally different things. They like my kid. You know how in Tyler Perry it'd be like, oh, you came from a perfect family, you got strung out on drugs. That's how I feel about locticians. Like, and most locticians, they don't have the backbone to understand. Like, we don't like y'all. We don't like how y'all do hair. The clients don't even like it, which is why you have so many groups of people asking how to get rid of dandruff, how to fix moisture, how to do all of that kind of stuff. So instead of me just going with the, whatever, because I've never done that. I've never just went with the times. I'm always on my own wave. Instead of me just sitting back and, oh, locticians need help. Locticians need to be gone. Okay. Y'all need to be a barber or a cosmetologist who does locks. That is the new standard. Okay? And if you don't like it, I said what I said.